I think there's a measure of prayerfulness that we can learn where we spot a disaster before it happens and can prevent it. I don't want to get weird with this. I believe in it very, very much. Nobody could talk me out of it. It's too strong in history. But there's a prayerfulness. Let me back up. Either we learn to pray passionately out of pain, or we start learning to pray passionately out of hope. Something has to replace the classroom. The classroom for us is problems. Very few people can move into a measure of hope that causes them to burn. Hope remains a concept, an idea. Oh, someday it's going to be better. Boy, I look forward to when our whole city is saved. But it's not a burning thing. It remains a concept. It remains a principle, an ideal. But when that ideal starts working into the fabric of who we are, suddenly we learn to pray from a different place because we've seen what's possible. We've seen what's possible. And it's in those moments of hope we start picking up his ideals, his thoughts, his ambitions. We start seeing ahead of time strategies of the enemy. Now, I'm not a devil-conscious person. I don't. People make me nervous that always talk about the devil. It annoys me to pieces. It annoys me to many pieces. I don't like this. It's not healthy for me. When I'm around people like that, I usually just kind of check out. You know, anything that happens is a demon, and they measure their success by the attack on their life. I don't like that. The devil's real. He's there. You know, I want him in the crosshairs long enough to pull the trigger. That's just about it. He's not a part of my conversation. I don't create theology around him. I'm on a journey. My responsibility is not to react to the devil, it's to respond to the Father. And we have one of two ways to live. There's a false sense of spirituality by learning to react to the devil because you're spiritually minded, but we become devil-minded. We become reactionary instead of offensive. We've got to move from defense to offense. Having said that, when the king is making his plans in his bedroom, and God lets you hear the conversation, it's always so something bad doesn't happen without your action. And while I never want to be overly devil conscious, Paul or Jesus, one of the two, and they're both good. One of the two said, I don't want you to be unaware of the devil's devices. And that's an important thing to remember. I don't want to make him my study, but I don't want to be ignorant of the kinds of things he does. And what he does do, the Lord already knows in advance. The devil's predictable. He's only got a couple cards in his hand. He uses accusation, intimidation, mockery. He's only got a couple tools. He accuses, he intimidates, he mocks, works to make us introspective. He uses a distraction. But there's really not a lot of tools in his toolbox. And tragically, those tools have worked pretty good. But the Lord, I believe, through this prayerfulness that I'm talking about, watch and pray. Keep your eyes open. Just be alert. Watch and pray so that you don't enter into temptation. Prayerfulness, being spiritually alert, will enable you to see the environment you're in, to where things that would have caught you off guard won't catch you off guard. And things that would have put you on the defense are now null and void because you're on the offense.